Hello, I'm Soyeon Lee, and it's such an honor to meet you. And my question is, what are the similarities and differences between European and Korean cultures?
Very difficult. Also because I'm no expert in Korean culture. But I can tell you, I will start with the fact that I found the Korean language very difficult. Since I've arrived, I've been taking Korean lessons, and I found it very, very difficult. But if I use that as a starting point, but I'm sure you find European languages difficult to learn. But I mean, the reason why I continue to take Korean lessons is not that I've got great expectations that I will ever be a fluent speaker in Korean, but because for me it helps me understand Korean culture. So, for example, I mean, two major striking features. The first one is introducing the Korean alphabet. I think is amazing. Also, as a way to increase literacy and promote literacy in this country. I was studying Chinese before I arrived here. So the difficulty of learning Chinese characters is. So I thought, I mean, it was amazing that Korean has an alphabet. And when I found out when it was actually introduced, I was even more impressed because I thought, my God, you had a king who was very. I don't know, very enlightened, if I may say so. So going to the language, I think it's amazing that you could have such a visionary a king. And the other thing that struck me was the registers, which suggests to me that you have a very intricate social structure in Korea. Which is very difficult for Europeans, for non-Koreans to actually penetrate. I mean, I think it's easier for other Asian citizens, for example. But as a European citizen, it's very difficult, especially because basically not only do you have to master the different register, but it means that when you're being introduced to somebody, you also need to do a very quick assessment of, your social position in connection with the social position of the person you're talking to, which is very intricate, very complicated. So I think I would mention this maybe as a major difference in terms of comparing very broadly, sort of languages in Europe and in Korea. But the other thing that is fascinating is the way, you retain very historical elements of your Korean culture, which, by the way, is very distinct from that of your neighbors. In Europe, people would tend to see, Asian cultures, blah, blah, blah. And Korea is this country that is in between China and Japan. And many people in Europe, they think they understand, or they've been more exposed to Chinese culture and Japanese culture. More and more, they're being exposed to Korean culture, and they realize that it's very different to that of your neighbors. So for me, it's very interesting also how you combine a very long, very distinct traditional culture with embracing modernity. And I can tell you that in Europe, and my youngest son is 16, and he was very happy when I told him we were coming here, because it symbolizes Korean is very much a symbol of modernity, and it's not just K-pop, but it's what you do in terms of new technology, for example. So I would say that this is. A very striking feature of Korean culture, and I hope that in Europe we can do the same as well. That we will continue to retain, our main cultural features and differences, whilst embracing, this challenge of modernity.
Thank
Thank you.